an update on the roof. I just washed it earlier last week. No leaks, everything's nice and dry. Problem is though, I get a big lake right here, one right about here, which reaches up to the antenna, and just a little bit back there, but this one right here, as I suspected, would be a pretty decent sized puddle. So, all good here. Getting ready to cut a hole here, put the fridge vent in next to air conditioners down there. I get some help, whether today, tomorrow, whenever. I'm really in no rush. I'll put the air conditioner back up. Everything's still solid, still holding really good. So, all right, there's that update. Alright, so I'm going to start with the fridge vent up here. And from last year I have this marked down where the hole will be and how long it is, right between these marks here. And I measured about 5.5 inches from the edge of the roof. So I measured probably about 6 or 7 inches. I'll drill a hole in the middle and then use the saw to cut around. Here we go, putting a hole in the roof. Make sure there's no ring clouds heading here. Alright, here we go. Cut out. I just got to clean all this stuff up and vacuum it all up, everything on the roof, because all around here has to be totally clean. I'll be using acetone to clean the roof to get any residue or whatnot off of here before I heat weld the curb up here. Get ready to do this. I'm trying to clean up all the edges best I can. From all the tree junk and everything from this past year, it kind of stains up the roof. So. Get the curb, see what I got here. So let's see how far I need to go to clean, so I don't go too far. Because I really don't need to go too far, but I need to be inside that line, or just on the outside, so this TPO will heat weld and mesh together with the TPO roof. Okay, we just got done heat welding after a big downpour. That's good here. Just heat welding, squashing down all the edges here after I squashed down this 3-inch lap here. I had to cut a portion of it off over here. I cut some of this off here because of the edge, but this all will be recaulked, and I'll have the caulking meet up with the flange here. So I got this little seam right here to do, so I'm going to turn this back on and back up. It's not a Leister. Wish I had a Leister, but I don't have time or the money for a Leister right now, so this I'll have to do. It's much lower temperature wise. I only get like 350 degrees, close to 400, which really, for doing stuff like this here, should be at least 1200 degrees. But it's doing its job, and you know, that back there I kind of screwed up on the vent back there, but I used the caulking around the seams back there because I didn't have much time left. So we'll see how this one here holds out. So when you check the seams, you just run this little tool here. It'll poke inside if it pokes inside anywhere. And it's got to be re-welded. I got this little spot, but that's going to be caulked. What I do have is this over here. You see, it comes up like that, so that's, I gotta throw some more heat in there. Everything else here looks really good. Okay. Temperature. A little longer so it heats up more. And when that's done, I'll run over here with primer. I'll do this whole top of primer, and then I'll do the M1. And then we'll squash down that refrigerator vent on top of here and screw it down. It should be done. And then I'll caulk over here, this whole section here, and it'll be done. All right. Okay, that's done. Next step, a little jar of primer. Comes in a gallon bucket. It's very flammable. And if you don't use it quick enough, it'll start gelling up on you. Okay, I'm going to go along the edges here. So I'm going to go over this lip a little bit right here because it's not exactly contacting very well here because of caulking that was there previously. So let's get all this here. Down in there. Down in there. These maple seeds, all the tree junk just blowing down at me constantly all day long here. That and rain. It's not long after I cut a hole in this roof it started pouring. Cloud came out of nowhere. If you see my videos from last year doing this, you know, been fighting to get this roof done with that rain all summer long. That's why it took so long to get it done. It took about a month to do it. Doesn't hurt to put a little more primer on there if you think you haven't gotten it. It will dry very quickly. And get down in here so caulking has extremely good contact. Alright, next I'm going to do up here. Get all this covered up here. I feel like I'm Bob Ross. Paint over the pretty little flashing. You got the pretty happy little trees and a happy little mountain in the background. I think I'm ready now. Actually, I know I'm ready. I'll double check the fit here. Okay, looks good. Alright. We have M1 caulking. That's what I use for holding it down and sealing it. Of course, Duralink 50, which is the same stuff that I scraped off here earlier. I'll be reapplying that over top of the M1. Stuff's really, really thick. Okay. Alright, here we go. comes in with it, the screws. I think it came with stainless steel screws, but I'm using the roofer screws here. It's got the gasket in it, plus the M1 that'll hold it out. So you did with the antenna down there, and with the roof vent down there in the bathroom. The skylight, I did not use any screws at all. It's just holding down with M1. That stuff's so strong it's not going to come off. You'll have to break it apart to get it off. So here we go. I will be pulling these screws back out so I get a considerable amount of caulking you come through. And also, when you put this stuff down, you want to make sure you put primer underneath the other side of what you're putting down. Alright, now I'm going to strike all this down. Big globs out of here.